Okay, so today we're going to see what are the different section we have. Okay, in Tosca, please do let me know once my screen is visible to you.
Yes, Samir. I am able to visible.
Okay, so this is the test case section in which we will going to design all our test case over here. Okay, so whatever things needs to be added, this will be added over here at itself to create your test cases. Okay. So just we're going to overview what are the tabs we will be requiring, and then we're going to start with the basic automation. Okay. So what I will do, I will going to expand this. We have to first check out this folder, and once we check out this folder, we can create our own folder, and then we can have the test cases over there. Okay. This section will be required to do the test case designing part. Okay. To add this module and all when we are requiring this module. So these modules will be coming from where? This module will be coming from the module section. Okay. So I will going to jump to the module section. So some standard modules will be provided by Tricentis itself. Okay. So these are the standard modules. At the time of creation, when you are selecting a checkbox for the standard modules, in that time only you will be able to include your modules itself. Okay. So we will going to see what are the different models we have. We have a Windows operation. So if you want to take a screenshot, so you want to perform some keyboard operation, you can use keyboard share. And then we have a window operation. Okay, you want to maximize, you want to minimize, different options we have. So we're going to see in details. Okay, so if you can see, these are the options present. You can bring to window, close, maximize, minimize, normal, wait on. So these are the things you can perform. Okay, so like you want to execute your test case on a certain resolution. So you can adjust your windows. Okay, then we have a scrolling down operation is save as if you are having a pop-up of a window where you want to perform some save operation or dialog appear is there windows of. So you can perform all these as Windows operation using this basic Windows operation. Okay, then we have a buffer. In buffer, we are going to save the value with a variable name. Okay, and the same will be saved under I go to tools and click on buffer viewer. So it will be going to buffer the value. Okay, this is the key and this is the value. So we are going to see in detail when we were doing the execution. Okay, then we have a expression evaluation. Like if you want to evaluate certain expression, like this is greater than this, or this is equal to this. Okay, that kind of expression you can use over here. Like it most probably used in a condition like if else or something. Okay, so as you can see, this kind of comparison you can do. Even you can use a buffer value as well. Okay, this also you're going to see in detail. The file operation, you want to create a file, you want to delete a file, you want to do some comparison, compare, that kind of thing is required, so you can do it using the file. Then we have a folder option. So in folder option, you want to create a folder, delete a folder, so you get that as well. Then we have a numeric operation. If you want to perform certain operation using a decimal, you can do that as well. Then we have a process operation. So PC start program. You want to start any specific program we have. Like you have a Windows based application. Okay. So you want to start some application, you just have to pass the path. Or you want to use CMD command. So you can use just you have to pass the argument and all, it will be going to get executed. Okay. Then we have a resource handling. So you want a resource to delete it. Okay, then we have a Selenium. So if you already have a Selenium script and if you want to integrate with those and want to run it, then you use that as well. So we have a timing. Under this timing, we have a static waits and all. Okay, so if you want to wait for a certain duration, or if you want to halt the execution, you can use this keybox. Wait, just you have to pass the duration, for how much time you want to wait. So it will be in a millisecond. So if you want to wait for 5 seconds, you have to enter 5,000 over there. Okay. These are the standard models we're going to use wherever required. Now we have a T-Box engine. In T-Box engine, we have the support for these many apps. Okay. So you want to do some database testing. So you have a standard modules, T-Box expert, and like we have a Windows.NET application, like you want to use HTML. So open the browser, close the browser. Okay. So you can use this as well. And then we have a file operation. Okay, SAP modules are there. Then we have a Excel modules are there. If you want to perform some Excel manipulation, like entering a data, getting a data from Excel, so we can use that. So we're going to see all these things in detail. Okay. Then we have a test data services. Test data services, like if you are executing your test cases, okay, on multiple machines, and you want the data to be present globally. So in that case, the test data services will be used. Okay. If you are executing your test cases on a local basis, so it will the data will be remain in your system only. Okay, or you are executing on a different VDI, so it will be available on different VDIs itself. It won't be present globally. So if you want to have a data on a global basis, so you have to use this test data services, which will come under the Tosca server. So you have to install the Tosca server as well, and over there you will get this functionality. So using a REST API, this will going to insert your data or fetch your data. Okay, so we will go to see all these in detail. Okay, so these are the module section, and we will go to create our own module section. Then we have a requirement section. So if you want to have a like analysis and all, so you want to calculate the risk-based testing. So want to have a frequency class, then we have a damage class. So it will going to evaluate your risk. So the formula of calculating a weight, it would be 2 to the power frequency class into 2 to the power damage class. So this will going to be 4, and this will going to be 4, and it will, if you multiply both of them, it will be 16. The same way, if the frequency class is 3 and damage class is 3, so 2 to the power 3, it will be 8, and it will be also 8, 8 is the 64. Okay, so this way it will be going to get evaluated. Okay, and I calculate this one 2 to the power 1, it will be 2 only, 2 to the power 3, it will be 8. 8 to the 60. Okay, so this way we have to create the requirement, and then we have to add the link test. Okay, if I go to this one requirement section, and if I go to update this one, so it will going to give me the data. Okay, how many tests are getting passed, how many tests are getting failed, what is the frequency, what is the contribution. Okay. Okay, any questions up till now on these 3 tabs?
Yeah, Amir, can you please explain these steps? Where it is exactly used this?
Which one?
First tab.
Test case.
The requirement.
Okay, and the requirement. Okay, like you want to perform some risk-based testing. Okay, so this data will be provided from your PO. Okay, product owner will going to give you all this data, what kind of risk they have. Okay, all this data will be provided by. So just you have to create the requirement and link your test cases execution list. So we're going to see what is the execution list or not. Okay, you don't have to worry, and you have to mention these 2 parameters. frequency and damage. Okay, like okay, let me check out.
Okay. How to
Okay,
connect our application through? Yeah, this
if I
it is
make it
okay.
as
This is 3 test cases, huh?
these are the requirements, three requirements. Okay,
Okay.
I have done the checkout and now I will be able to do the modification. If I make it as two, and click outside, automatically this will get calculated. As you can see.
Mhm.
So on the basis of that formula
Okay.
2 to the power 2, 2 to the power frequency class into 2 to the power damage class, it will going to give you the bit. The same way, you have to add the execution list, whatever execution list you are using, it will going to give you the result. Okay, so you have to click on that update outdated value, so it will going to fetch the data and give it to you. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we want
In
to
test
cover
data
this.
process, I mean,
Yeah,
in
please.
TDS, huh, test data process. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, in test data process, in through API or any URL, specific cloud URL also, they are mentioning to that and collect the data individually.
Yeah, so they
Cloud
have
based.
created, yeah, they have created a UI for that. You don't have to hit any API and all. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay,
Due
let
to
me
practice, huh?
show
I
it.
understand.
Yeah, let me show it to you. On the Tosca server, we have a test data management.
Okay.
Okay, so over here you have to create a repository, and once you are creating a repository, then you will going to have a data over here. So if you want to have a data, you can import it from different sources, like you can add up files, CSV file, you can have an Excel file, you can import the data, or else, and they have provided a sample file as well from Tricentis. Okay, so you can use that as well, or you can copy and paste the values of it. Okay, this is the file which is provided by
Oh,
Tosca.
sure.
Okay, so if you want to access this data or if you want to add the data, so for that only you will going to use the test data services. This data will be present globally. Wherever in which machine you want to execute, you can execute.
Mhm. It
Okay,
is
and you can,
independent systems. Huh?
yes.
Mm.
So these are working using a REST API only. Okay. So but you don't have to
Mhm.
use or access any API and all. You directly once your system is up and running and you have installed Tosca server on your machine, so it will going to fetch the data for you. Okay, you don't have to hit any API.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then that is one of the way to get the access of the data. So we have a test case design. Okay, if you don't want to go with the data and all on a global basis, you want to have it on your workspace only. Okay, this data also get accessed. Okay, but this can't be modified on a runtime. Okay, if you are creating a test sheet and you are passing a value, okay, so it can be also used to fetch the data. You can add it in your test cases and create an instance. But this data won't be get modified. You don't have access to modify on a runtime. Okay. So you have to go and check out this one, then whatever value, okay, you do it for you. Okay, so we have to these are the two test cases, and accordingly I'm going to select a value. Okay, so if you want to select different value, scooter, you can do that. Okay, going ahead, if your test cases data is getting changed, so you can just go over here and you can update the data, and accordingly, this data will be added in your test cases. So that is called as a test case design. And if you want to create with a different permutation combination like BMW with motorcycle, Audi with motorcycle, okay, all these will be added over there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then we have a execution list. So under execution list, if I want to execute my test cases, so I will create an execution list over here and add my test cases over here. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to just drag and drop it over here. Whatever test cases you are having, just drag and drag it over here and you start do the execution, and it will going to save the result over here. It will be pass or it will be fail. Okay. And you can create a report and share it with your higher management. Okay, so these are the test cases which are getting passed and failed. Okay. But the same case will happen with the scratchbook. You just execute the test cases, and once you close the application, it will be removed. So this will be a kind of a dry run. If you want to check that, okay, my model is working or not, or this specific values is entering or not. So for just for the dry run, your scratch book will be used. You can't save the data over here. And if you want to save the data, that okay, whatever my execution is happening, it should get saved so that I can extract the report and all. So you can use the execution list. Okay. Any questions on this one? The difference between the scratch book and the execution list. And over here, okay, I'm going to show you what is the test case configuration parameter later. Okay. Any questions up till now?
What is configuration? Is there any configuration parameters we need to add
Yeah,
anything?
so we have a configuration parameter. So I'm going to show you right now you will be get confused. Okay, under test case configuration, we have to add a like if you want to run in a specific browser, okay, so you can add it over here, and in that only it will going to execute. Or you want to add a specific URL, okay, so that you can add. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to?
Small doubt, Amir. Can I ask now?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, is there one combo button is there, but
Okay.
in this combo button, our scanning is not identified the particular elements under the combo button.
Okay.
But what we will do?
Okay. Okay, there are different ways to scan it. Okay, so we will going to see that as well in the next session. Okay.
Sure.
So do we have any questions on this topic, the section part?
What type of reports are just execution? How many pass? How many fail? These reports only we present, or any other information it should added in the report?
I'm going to show you the sample. Okay, so this kind of report will be get generated. You don't have to use any third-party tool and all.
Okay.
Okay, So under this, you will get all the execution summary, common distance, pass, failed.
Mhm.
And by which reason it is getting failed. So that is also getting added away.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. And if you want to have a more detailed report, then we have another option. So I'm going to show it to you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, miss.
Apart from that, anything else?
No, no. Once we install our system, then we will
Yeah,
get
once
some
you install
idea.
on your system, then only I'm going to give you the assignment. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay then. Sangeeta, do you have anything for us?
No, not.
Okay, please try to install it on your machine and add the licensing part. So from tomorrow onwards, we're going to start with the designing of our test cases. Okay,
Okay, okay.
I'm going to share the recordings with you on a daily basis so that you can
Okay.
view it. And do you have access of the recording?
Now I'm able to access.
Okay. Okay, so on a daily basis, I'm going to share it with you. You can view it. If you have anything else or you have any doubt, you can refer the recordings or else you can ping me directly. Okay, whatever
Okay.
doubts you have. Okay, then I think we are good to close this call.